Today our next topic is amplifier. Amplifier. So what is amplifier first? We previously discussed the transistors. It may be the BJT, it may be the FET. So by using the transistor most important application is it can be used as for designing the amplifier. Amplification is the most important application of transistor. So this amplifier is designed by the transistor. A number of transistors are used for designing the amplifier circuit for the amplification purpose. Now you can see, suppose this is the box, and in this box, in huge number of transistors and other electronics components are used for making the amplifier circuit. Okay, so this is an amplifier. What is the use of amplifier? It amplifies the signal. So suppose this is the input signal. Input signal, and this side is the your output signal. Now your amplifier circuit is within this box. So whatever the circuit is inside the box, by using that circuit, your amplifier has some gain. So suppose the gain of the amplifier is A. A is any value. For an ideal amplifier, the A value is very infinite, and for the practical amplifier, this A value is very high value. Now, whatever the input signal, suppose Vi is the input signal, A is the gain of the amplifier, and V0 is the output signal. Just wait a second. So here your V0 equal to your output signal equal to gain into input signal AVI. Okay, AVI is the output signal. That means suppose if 2 is the input voltage and if suppose gain of the amplifier is suppose 100, then your output is what? Your output is, bolo, anyone? Input into gain means 2 into
Sir, you are not audible.
now okay.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, बोलना चाहिए तो. Okay, so here you can see Vi is the input signal, A is the gain of the amplifier, and V0 is the output signal. So your output equal to gain into input. V0 equal to AVI. So suppose if 2 volt is the input signal, 100 is the gain of the amplifier, then your output is V0 equal to 2 into 100, means it is 200. Okay. There are some properties of amplifier. What are it? It has some gain. So gain of the amplifier is suppose A, and it has some input impedance and output impedance. Or so suppose input impedance is Ri and output impedance is R0. So this Ri, R0, this all and gain, this all depend on whatever the circuit is inside the box. This depend on this. Okay. So this is the amplifier. Next is feedback amplifier. Feedback amplifier. Okay. Now what is feedback amplifier? देखो, in case of amplifier, whatever the amplifier we had discussed previously, here in case of amplifier, your circuit is within the box, your amplifier circuit is within the box. You have only the input terminal and only the output terminals. Okay. So whatever the input is given to the input side, you are getting amplified version of signal across the output side. The gain of the amplifier A is fixed. It is by the manufacturer. The input impedance Ri, the output impedance R0, these all things are fixed, and it is designed by the, it is fixed by the manufacturer. Okay. User cannot change this A, Ri and R0. Okay. User have only the input voltage, and whatever the input is providing by the user, according to that, user will get the output V0. Okay. Now, what is feedback amplifier? What is the concept of feedback amplifier? Sometime we need to change this gain of the amplifier, this input impedance of the amplifier, and this output impedance of the amplifier. Sometimes we want to change this A, Ri, R0. So say we need to change this value, but so sometimes we need to change these values. Okay, but these things are fixed by the manufacturer and it is within the box. So feedback amplifier is what? Feedback amplifier is some technique by which you can change these parameters. You can change the parameters of amplifier. So first you note down. All of you use the pen and paper. Note down the voltage gain. The voltage gain input impedance output impedance are few characteristic of an amplifier these parameters are constant for a given amplifier full stop. Sometime we require to change these parameters and this can be achieved by the technique known as feedback. Okay. Complete. Yes, no. Chirag,
यस सर.
हो गया?
हाँ सर, एक मिनट.
अच्छा देखो, तो by using the feedback type technique, you can change these parameters, gain of the amplifier, input impedance, output impedance, and also bandwidth. These all parameters can be changed. Okay, now this change by using the feedback technology, you can change the parameters of the amplifier. Now, how it is changed? If you are not using the feedback, then in that case, your diagram is like this. Vi is the input, A is the gain of the amplifier, and V0 is the output. Now, if you're using the feedback, then by using feedback technique, this is gain of amplifier with gain A. Okay. So A is the gain of the amplifier. So here suppose Vs is your signal voltage and V0 is the output voltage. By using the feedback technology, some part of output is back to the input side. So this some part of output is back to the input side by through the feedback network. So this is the feedback network. Feedback network. And beta is the feedback ratio. Means here V0 is the output and beta part of V0 is back to the input side. So, so this technique is called feedback technique. What is feedback technique? In case of amplifiers, some part of output voltage is back to the input voltage, and this technique is called feedback technique. This Vs, your signal voltage, Vs is the signal voltage, the voltage which is amplified, signal voltage. So this Vs is always positive, and this voltage feedback, the voltage which is back to the input side, it is denoted by Vf, and it is called feedback voltage. V0 is the output voltage. And Vi is the signal which is going, Vi is the signal which is going to the amplifier. This Vf voltage is may be positive, may be negative. Vs is always positive, Vf is either positive or negative, and your Vi equal to Vs plus minus Vf. This is Vs and this is plus minus Vf. So your Vi equal to Vs plus minus Vf. So this is the block diagram of feedback amplifier. Clear it is? Yes, no? Follow? Up to this, okay? Everyone? Can I change the page?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that last is whatever we are going to the block diagram of feedback amplifier. Next is this block, this type type of feedback amplifier. Type of feedback amplifier. So feedback amplifier is of two types. Either it is a negative feedback amplifier, or it is positive feedback amplifier. अब नेगेटिव फीडबैक एम्पलीफायर क्या होता है? फर्स्ट वी कंसीडर द नेगेटिव फीडबैक एम्पलीफायर, दिस वन. So in case of negative feedback amplifier, negative feedback amplifier, negative feedback amplifier. So same, there is the VS. VS is what? VS is the signal voltage. Write down everyone. Then there is the amplifier with gain A. V0 is the output voltage, output amplified voltage, output voltage. Then there is the feedback network. Feedback network having feedback ratio is beta. Then this beta part of output is back to the input side. VF is the feedback voltage. So VF is what? VF equal to beta part of output voltage is back to the input side. So your VF equal to beta V0. This is always positive. And in case of negative feedback amplifier, this VF is negative. Vi is what? Vi is the voltage which is going to the amplifier. So Vi is the internal voltage going to the amplifier circuit or amplifier. So here in this case, Vi equal to Vs minus Vf. Okay. Now next is here in this case, you can see your Vi equal to what? Vi equal to Vs minus Vf, or Vi equal to Vs minus beta V0. Wait a second. So Vi equal to B, your Vf is equal to what? It is beta V0. Okay. Now here in this case, you can see if we not use the amplified circuit, if you are if you are not use the feedback circuit, in that case, your output voltage is what? Just whatever the input voltage, that will be multiplied by the gain, you are getting the output voltage. But when you add the feedback voltage, feedback network, the gain of the amplifier is changed. Now what will be the gain? Your gain will be V0 by Vs. Gain क्या होता है? Gain equal to output by input. Gain is output voltage by input voltage. So previously, when you are not using the feedback amplifier, the gain is A. Now, due to the beta, this gain will be changed. And now what is the gain? So that gain you will calculate it by output voltage V0 by Vs. So here, in this case, Here, this is Vs minus beta V0. Your V0 equal to what? V0 equal to this input voltage into gain. Your input voltage is Vi. So this is your V0 equal to AVI. So here it is. Put the V0 equal to AVI. You will get here A beta Vi. Since your V0 equal to A into Vi. Okay. अब जो Vi है उसको इस साइड लेके चले आओ. तो you will get here. इधर आ जाएगा तो it will be 1 plus A beta into Vi equal to Vs. Wait a second, wait a second. हम लोग को निकालना है V0 by Vs. V0 by Vs. यहाँ थोड़ा चेंज होगा. V0 by Vs निकालना है ना. Gain of the amplifier. Here we are finding the gain of the amplifier, and in this case your gain is V0 by Vs. So we have to find out V0 by Vs. We have to calculate the V0 by Vs. तो V0 by Vs के लिए यहाँ Vi को हटाना है. So Vi is what? V0 by A. Vi is your V0 by A. So you can write down here. Vi is V0 by A. So it will be V0 equal to AVS minus A beta V0. तो फिर V0 को इधर ले आओ और तो here you will get AVS equal to नहीं इधर ले आओ रुको. AVS equal to 1 plus A beta V0 और your V0 by Vs equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta. So this is the new gain of the amplifier. This is the gain when the feedback circuit is used, negative feedback is used by the amplifier. This new gain or gain with feedback or overall gain with feedback, it is denoted by AF. AF is what? Gain with feedback or overall gain of the amplifier. Overall gain of amplifier. And जब we are using the feedback, after using the feedback, the new gain of the amplifier is AF. So here V0 by Vs is AF and AF equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta. This is the new gain of the amplifier. Is it okay? Clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. अच्छा. Next is positive feedback. The positive feedback is just opposite to the negative feedback. So in case of positive feedback, this feedback network, this VF is positive. Your VI equal to VS plus VF. Same type of derivation. All of you try to do it. Same type of derivation. You have to find out overall gain AF by using the positive feedback. This is over. Completed. This up to this. Can I change the page? कंप्लीट हो जाए तो बोलो, मैं पेज चेंज कर रहा हूँ.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next is the positive feedback. Positive feedback amplifier. So first, all of you draw the block diagram for positive feedback amplifier. Same type of diagram it is. There is the signal voltage. This is called summer. When more than two signals are combined or add, summer circuit is used. So this is summer. Then this is VI going to the amplifier circuit. Amplifier with gain A. Then there is V0. There is feedback network. Feedback network having the beta is called the feedback ratio. Beta is feedback ratio. Okay. So from V0, signal is passing through the feedback network and output of the feedback network is going to the summer circuit, going to the input side. This is your VF. And for positive feedback, this VF is positive. VS is the signal voltage, the voltage which is amplified. It is always positive. This is VI, voltage going to the internal amplifier or amplifier of the circuit. So VI is the voltage going to the internal amplifier, and this VI equal to VS plus VF. This two is added. VS plus VF. Same. All of you find the overall gain of the amplifier. Same process. Try to find out. করছো সবাই? কি করে দেবো? বলো। Same process is there. First, your VI equal to what? Your VI equal to VS plus VF. Your VI equal to your V0 equal to A into VI. V0 equal to A into VI. So here your VI equal to, follow, V0 equal to A into VI. So VI equal to V0 by A. V0 by A. So your Vi equal to V0 by A. Here it is Vs plus and Vf equal to what? Vf equal to beta times V0. Beta part of V0. So it is Vf equal to beta V0. Put this beta V0. Then our target is we are finding the gain. Gain means what? Output by input. So V0 by Vs is the output voltage by input voltage. So we have to find out this. Multiply this A. So here it is. It is V0 na? V0 A Vs plus A beta V0. अब देखो V0 को इधर ले आओ. So you will get here V0 is common. It is 1 minus A beta. And this is equal to AVS. So your V0 by Vs equal to what? V0 by Vs equal to A divided by 1 minus A beta. Or your V0 by Vs is the overall gain of the amplifier and it is AF overall gain of the amplifier or amplifier with gain with feedback. This AF is equal to A divided by 1 minus A beta. So this is the gain with positive feedback. In case of negative feedback, it is 1 plus A beta. In case of positive feedback, it is 1 minus A beta. Clear? Yes, no? Next is effect of feedback amplifier. Effect of feedback amplifier. Effect of feedback amplifier. देखो. Here you can see in case of negative feedback amplifier, your Vi equal to Vs minus Vs. Means if you are not using the feedback, in that case your Vs is going to the amplifier, and your output equal to A into Vs. But when you use the negative feedback, your input going to the amplifier is Vi minus Vs minus Vf. Means some part of voltage is decreased from the Vs if you are using the feedback. Means your overall output is decreased by using the negative feedback. अगर negative feedback use कर रहे हो तो तुम्हारा output क्या हो रहा है, वो decrease हो जा रहा है. समझ में आया या नहीं? Yes, no? So in case of negative feedback, your overall gain is reduced. Your output voltage is decreased by using the negative feedback. Since therefore the gain of the amplifier is decreased. And in case of positive feedback amplifier, you can see here, if you're not using the feedback, your output V0 equal to A into input signal. So A into here, input is suppose Vs, so A into Vs. But when you use the feedback, your input is here, input going to the amplifier is Vs plus Vf. Means here your V0 equal to A into Vs plus Vf. Means output voltage is increased if you are using the positive feedback. Okay. So this is the effect of the amplifier. So first is by using the negative feedback, your output voltage is decreases. In case of negative feedback amplifier, your output voltage decreases. Same, your overall gain or AF, it is also decreases. Okay. But in case of negative feedback amplifier, whatever the output you are getting, it is you are getting the desired output, or you are getting the stable output. Stable output you are getting across the output side. कैसे देखो? Suppose you are using the using a amplifier. So if the suppose your Vi is the input, A is the gain of the amplifier, and V0 is the output. Here gain of the amplifier is very high, in the range of 100, 200 or 500 or more than that. Ideally it is infinite. Ideally the input, the gain of the amplifier, for the ideal case it is infinite, and practically it is very high value. So if Vi is the input, V0 is the output, and gain of the amplifier is very high. Now suppose here whatever the supply you are using for the amplifier, it is suppose plus minus 12 voltage or plus minus 15 voltage. Then this is what? This is the supply voltage of the amplifier. This is the supply voltage, जो supply इसके लिए use हो रहा है. Now mathematically, suppose you provide the one voltage to this input side and your gain of the op amp is 100, so your output is 1 into 100, it will be 100. Okay, mathematically. But practically you are not getting the 100. You are getting whatever the voltage you are getting across the output side, it is less than the supply voltage. Okay, suppose for example, मैं कहीं से जा रहा हूँ, रास्ते में मुझे कोई दिख गया, सपोज कोई भीख मांगते हुए दिख गया, तो मैं उसको कुछ देना चाहता हूँ. तो सपोज मैं उसको 1 लाख रुपया देना चाहता हूँ, तो क्या सिर्फ मेरे चाहने से होगा? मेरे पॉकेट में तो 1 लाख रुपया होना भी चाहिए ना, तभी मैं उसको दे पाऊंगा. तो हियर द सप्लाई वोल्टेज इज मैक्सिमम प्लस माइनस 12, वही उसके पास मैक्सिमम वोल्टेज है, तो वो 100 वोल्टेज उसको नहीं दे सकता, वो मैक्सिमम 12 वोल्टेज दे सकता है अक्रॉस द आउटपुट. मैंने जितना मेरे पॉकेट में है मैं उतना ही मैक्सिमम दे सकता हूँ, मैं जितना मैं चाहता हूँ आइडियली उतना नहीं दे सकता. इज इट ओके? क्लियर एवरीवन? यस, नो? हेलो? अदिति, आदित्य, अरे सब हो या सो गए हो सर?
यस सर. यस.
जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ समझ में आया? Here ideally your mathematically or ideally your V0 equal to A into Vi. So gain of the op amp is ideally infinite, practically high value. So suppose 100 into 1, 100 volt. So across the output side, you are getting not the 100 volt, you are getting the maximum volt, or you can say saturation voltage. जो maximum voltage आ सकता है you will get that voltage across the output side. Okay, अगर 12 वोल्टेज है तो ये एक वोल्टेज कम होता है, सर्किट में 1 वोल्टेज ड्रॉप हो जाता है, तो इट इज इन द रेंज ऑफ ±11 वोल्ट मैक्सिमम वोल्टेज यू आर गेटिंग. If it's a ±15 volt supply, so across the output side you are getting maximum ±14 volt. A 1 voltage is drop inside the circuit. Okay. So negative feedback क्या करता है? Here in this case, suppose 1 voltage दे रहे हो input side, so 1 into 100 चला जा रहा है, तो you are getting the saturation voltage. Same if you supply the 2 voltage across the input, तो 2 into 100, mathematically 100 200 होगा, but you will get the saturation voltage. Okay, so across the input side, whatever voltage you are giving, across the output side you are getting the saturation voltage, because gain of the op amp is very high. Across the output you are getting the saturation voltage. Okay, 1 दोगे तो भी saturation आ रहा है, 2 दोगे तो भी saturation, अगर 0.01 दोगे तो भी saturation. Okay, so whatever input you are getting across the input side, across the output you are getting the saturation voltage. ठीक है? So here in this case, your output is not in your control. You always getting the saturation voltage if you use if you not use the feedback. In case of negative feedback, when you use the negative feedback, the gain of the op amp is reduced, and across the output you are getting not the saturation voltage, you are getting the desired voltage. जो चाहिए वो मिलेगा, saturation voltage नहीं मिलेगा. So this negative feedback is very much important for getting the desired voltage across the output. Okay, up to this clear?
Yes, sir.
Next is effect of positive feedback amplifier. पॉजिटिव फीडबैक में क्या हो रहा है, देखो यहां तो गेन ऑफ द ऑप एम्प, पॉजिटिव फीडबैक क्या करता है, योर आउटपुट वोल्टेज इंक्रीजेस. जो आउटपुट वोल्टेज है, आउटपुट वोल्टेज इंक्रीज करता है. सेकेंड क्या करता है, ओवरऑल गेन और योर एएफ इट इज ऑल्सो इंक्रीज. ठीक, और आउटपुट क्या होता है, देखो पॉजिटिव फीडबैक में क्या होता है, यहां तो पहले ही गेन ऑफ द ऑप एम्प ए जो है बहुत हाई वैल्यू है, और उसका गेन अगर और बढ़ा दोगे तो आउटपुट में क्या आएगा, you across the output you are always getting the saturation voltage or maximum voltage. Clear? If you use the positive feedback, so across the output you are always getting the saturation voltage or maximum voltage. So this positive feedback is very not used for getting the desired voltage or stable voltage. Positive feedback कहाँ पे use होता है? It is only used in the oscillator circuit. Oscillator circuit और oscillator में क्या होता है, यहाँ पे oscillator में across the output side हमेशा maximum voltage plus saturation minus saturation इस टाइप का वोल्टेज हमेशा continuously आएगा. This is minus V saturation and this is plus V saturation. प्लस V saturation मैंने +12 और माइनस V saturation मैंने -12 और -11. ठीक है, अगर आप +12 दे रहे हो तो एक वोल्टेज ड्रॉप हो जाएगा, ये +11 होगा, और अगर ±15 प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो तो 1 वोल्टेज ड्रॉप हो जाएगा, ये +14 और -14. तो दिस इज द मैक्सिमम वोल्टेज. तो इन केस ऑफ ऑसिलेटर दिस पॉजिटिव फीडबैक इज यूज्ड. In case of oscillator, you are getting the oscillation across the output. Oscillation plus maximum minus maximum, you are getting the oscillation. So in that type of circuit, this positive feedback is used. So these are the effect of positive and negative feedback amplifier. Up to this, okay? चलो हाँ ना कुछ बोलो। अच्छा ठीक है। और कंटिन्यू करो या यहाँ स्टॉप कर दूं? अदिति, अभिरूप, आस्था,
सर आज के लिए तो हो गया ना।
यस सर।
स्टॉप करूं?
हाँ सर।
नेक्स्ट।
यस सर। यस सर।
ठीक 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 है, रुको। जो आईटी है उनका अटेंडेंस मैं ले रहा हूँ, और जो नॉन आईटी है उनके लिए मैं एक लिंक सेंड कर रहा हूँ चैट में, वहां पे वो लोग अपना अटेंडेंस दे दो।
ওকে
ঠিক
স্যার।
আছে?
স্যার বলছিলাম আমি আইটি ল্যাটারাল এন্ট্রান্স নিয়েছি, তো স্যার আমি তো আমার রোল নাম্বারটা জানি না আর ইয়েটাও জানি না, তো
তুমি
স্যার
একটা
ওটা
কাজ করো, তুমি এক সেকেন্ড, তুমি একটা কাজ করো, তুমি ওই ফর্মটা ফিল আপ করে দাও যেটা আমি পাঠাচ্ছি, আর পরের দিন আমার সাথে কথা বলে নেবে।
ইয়েস স্যার, ইয়েস স্যার,
ঠিক
থ্যাংক
আছে?
ইউ স্যার।
ফর্মটাও মনে হয় তুমি ফিল আপ করতে পারবে না, কেন কি ওখানে তো রোল নাম্বার ব্যাপারগুলো আছে, ফর্মটাও তুমি পারবে না ফিল আপ করতে। হোয়াটস ইউর নেম?
স্যার স্বর্ণদীপ ভট্টাচার্য।
अच्छा